What's up, everybody? It's Tyler Wargo here, and today I'm bringing you guys another sideline adventure. Now, this is the third sideline adventure just because there's been so much going on. My mom's visiting from Connecticut. If you guys didn't know, a little backstory, that's where I was originally from, Southbury, Connecticut. That's where I was born and raised. So she's coming here, and we're going to Lake Havasu, and then Flagstaff, and then back to Phoenix. So a little triangle. We're going to Phoenix, Lake Havasu, Flagstaff, back to Phoenix. And we're also getting closer and closer to Healdsburg for my internship for the Prune Packers. So expect a lot more baseball content to come your way this summer. I'm pretty sure the video after this will probably be Connecticut because I'll be revisiting CT and then back here. And then this summer is going to be insane. So stay tuned to that. I'm not really trying to spoil anything. But yeah, we're just going to start off going to Lake Havasu first and then we'll be on our way to Flagstaff. So without further ado, let's head over. We are going to Lake Havasu with my mom and of course my grandparents who came from Florida. And yeah, let's go. So we are walking on the so-called London Bridge, which I don't really know why it's called that, but it's interesting. I never really heard that there was a London Bridge in Lake Havasu until I came here, but it's really cool. And the view, I did not expect Lake Havasu to be this beautiful. All right, guys, so I am with my mom. She came from Connecticut. I never really introduced her at all this trip. It's kind of just been me being in Lake Havasu, but we are here. And Mom, you know about the London Bridge. Talk about it.
Yeah, so the way the London Bridge came about was that the London Bridge in the actual London, England was actually falling down, literally. And so an entrepreneur from America decided to buy all the bricks, 10,000 tons of those bricks, and he bought them for $2.4 million back then. That's about $12 million of today's money. And he shipped all those bricks from London over to California via the Panama Canal, and that is how we now have the London Bridge in Lake Havasu.
So yeah, a little bit of some fun facts for you guys. It's actually right behind us if you guys don't see it. You know, I never really heard about the London Bridge until I got here. Now that I'm posting it all over my story, all my friends are hitting me up about it. It seems really cool. So yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go to bed. We are tired. But yeah, tomorrow we have about 200-mile drive to Flagstaff. So we'll be giving you guys some Flagstaff content. So without further ado, let's head to Flagstaff. So this is the room. We made it to Flagstaff. I'll probably show you guys the outside of the house, but we'll start with the inside. And yeah, I'm not going to be too descriptive, but there's a downstairs too, a bathroom on the left, and then another room on the right. I'm gonna go up here. We see Mom hanging out. Hey. She's very happy we made it because the drive here was very interesting because we went from desert and a lake to Flagstaff, where it's all nature. The kitchen's very open. It's a really good house. You can check the outdoors. So there's actually a screen as well. I actually almost just ran into it, but anyway. So we can check out here. I actually haven't seen trees in like such a long time, just because I live in Phoenix and we don't really get a lot of trees, or pine trees or conifers or anything. And this really reminds me of when I was at Zion Ponderosa, because we had the same trees. They were the pine trees. That kind of smelled like, it had like a maple smell to it, and it was really cool. There's pine cones all over the ground. This gives me like, you know, North Rim, Grand Canyon vibes, Ponderosa vibes. You get it. Mountain behind there, The San Francisco peaks, I think, are to the left of us, way down there. But yeah, this is a cool condo. It feels like its own neighborhood, actually, and it's really nice. It is a little chilly, you know. It was literally 95 degrees this morning, and now that we kind of reached elevation, we're at an elevation of 5,500 right now. It's definitely chilly. It's 60 degrees right now. I'm stupid enough, I did not bring my sweatshirt, but it's okay. So this is the front of the house. It's really nice, very peaceful. I'm doing this on a different day, but it's really nice. Again, pine trees, don't really see that a lot in Phoenix. But yeah, front of the house. So here's a picture of what downtown Flagstaff looked like later that day towards the nighttime. You can see Hotel Monte Vista surrounded by a bunch of shops and a bunch of restaurants. Downtown Flagstaff is very small, and I thought it would be bigger than what I saw. I didn't do a lot of content, but yeah, the next day we went to Sedona. So we are in Sedona. Gonna look at some canyons, gonna go on some trails, showing my grandparents, Sedona. This really gives me Zion vibes. I really miss it. That's the backdrop. We kind of parked on the side of the road. Makes me, feel like I want to go out, whether it's a trail or not. I just want to run. I know this is not a trail, but I just want to run. And find my way back. Because that's the type of person I am. I love adventuring. I love exploring. And certainly, I love finding a little peak to do push-ups on or sit-ups, something to train myself, because this is a great training ground for those that want to improve themselves, whether it's physically or mentally. I think it's great all around. So we're currently on the Devil's Bridge Trail. I'm well ahead of my mom. I'm very sorry, Mom, but I like running on these trails, especially if I've been doing that in Utah. But we're on our way to Devil's Bridge. There's no stopping. We gotta keep running, so let's go. Some word of advice, by the way. Do not drink water when you run. It'll give you the biggest cramps of all time. You drink water after. Found this cool little spot. You can probably hear people, they're down there. But this is a really cool spot because, it's a little shady area, so if you're a runner, or if you need to take a little break, hey, put some water on your head. You just pull up here. This is gorgeous, It looks like someone physically hand carved this, but it just shows you how natural this is. Sedona is bigger than I thought. It's like an expanded national park, if I could say, but it's really cool. And let's talk about how there's not even that much bugs around here too. I'm not getting bit. I understand it's kind of the springtime. They're not out. It's not summertime yet, but it's a very nice spot. I would say that this was halfway to the actual Devil's Bridge itself. Very nice. A really good view from up here. Honestly, the view doesn't really get any better the more you go up. But yeah, it's beautiful. So if you guys are wondering what actual forest this is, it's actually the Coconino National Forest. The Havasu Mountain Wilderness, you kind of all see it. And that's all of this here at Sedona. So what's your thoughts on the first hike that we did?
I think it's awesome. We did a really good hike today. You went right ahead of me, but it was great.
But eventually she started running towards, when we got to the end and coming back to the car, she started running. And then it was hard for me to catch up because I ran the whole thing. And
I ran up it too.
On our way back home from Phoenix, we decided to stop at Montezuma Castle. There's also a Montezuma well as well. So, yeah. So this is all man-made. Kind of wonder how they actually were able to do this. But again, look at the rocks along the side. I feel like if you're creative enough and strong enough and have a lot of men, it's not that hard to put this up, actually. Indians anchored a 20-room apartment house in the face of a cliff. It shows exactly how they were able to make this. This is another area of this park. This is on the left side of where those apartments were. It looks very climbable though. I mean, people are always asking how do they get up there. Well, this looks pretty climbable. I mean, especially if you don't really have shoes on, just bare feet. You already are walking on gravel, so it doesn't really hurt to try climbing up this. But it looks very claustrophobic in those holes. And I know that the holes probably go deeper into the canyon, which means that there's probably more room than you think. Again, there's probably some room over there. But, yeah.
So they've been around for a while.
So again, I didn't mention that there were ladders used, not at the castle, but certainly they were used here because this does look impossible to climb. But, you know, that's cool too. It looks like there's a little room in there. Peaceful lake. It's nice that they have, or they had, a surrounding body of water so that they can go to, because it does get hot during the day.
On the third floor, an aging man leads his blind wife across the balcony. You'll also meet women busily preparing food, getting supplies from storerooms, making pottery and grinding corn. Usually women ground the corn, their staple food, only in small as-needed quantities and prepared it in various ways. Weavers used the second floor loom to weave cotton breechcloths, bags, and blankets. Today, you can see examples of their varied weaving patterns in the visitor center.
This is such an idealistic place to live, especially when you're talking centuries and centuries ago, considering that there's a little stream behind all those trees, and then this is just kind of like a really nice area to relax and stuff. And then behind you is, of course, where you live. It looks like a very well-kept area to live and a smart place to live. So my mom is learning a lot on this trip, not only about the London Bridge, but now Montezuma Castle. So she's happy about that. The visitor center gift shop.
Okay, I'm going outside too. I can't.
That's really cool. We are now heading to the Montezuma Wells now, which is different than this. I'm assuming it's wells. And yeah,
That's where the Indians got their water.
So it's where the Indians got their water and brought it over here. So it seems like they've been getting their steps in, not only every day, but different parts of the day, because that's how they, you know, live. So we made it to Montezuma Wells. Quite a drive to get here. Had to take a dirt road all the way over here, and yeah.
Walk up to the well, you'll see the well at the overlook, all 15 million gallons of the well.
Wow.
It's a lot of water. And on your left side, you'll see some cliff dwellings. And this is where you come in, Tyler Road. Once you're done looking around there and talking, whoever you want to talk to, the ranger or whatever, you can go to your right about 40 feet. There's a sawhorse leaning against a tree. That marks the steps that goes down to the bottom of the well. It's really beautiful down there. It's 110 steps down, but it's totally worth it because when you get to the bottom, there are cave dwellings. And there's also a vent that drains 1.5 million gallons out of the well every single day. So 1.5 million gallons comes in, 1.5 million gallons leaves, total volume, 15 million gallons. So just look for the orange sawhorse color, then you're done. You got them down there, you're good. Okay, walk back up, go on the rim, you see some more surface ruins, and then down to the outlet trail, which is over there.
Oh, cool.
And that's where the 1.5 million gallons pours out the other side of the wall. Some of it into a 1,000-year-old irrigation canal, and some of it into the creek. And you return here, that's 3/4 of a mile.
Cool.
It's not long at all.
Yeah,
It's
no,
beautiful.
That's great. And does the water get? I mean, does this air?
So this is the well, I guess. This is where they.
Yes, that is the well, but it's actually a thermal spring, so it is not a well.
So it's a thermal spring, actually. Looks like people have gone in this. Looks interesting, you know.
So that is just a generic pond.
So this is where back then the people got their water. And actually, I just looked to my left, and I actually saw more apartments for the tribe. So very convenient. Again, a lot of these tribes like to live near the water, like the last tribe that we saw back at Montezuma Castle. But again, we're seeing more of these little apartments carved into the canyons, overlooking the pond. So, Mom, what's your thoughts?
I think this is really cool. I love those little. I don't know what they're apartments or what. I don't know what.
It looks like it has more room than you think on the outside. Once you go in, you'll be surprised with how much space there actually is. So yeah, this is really cool. So there are steps trailing us into the canyon. Good little shady spot. It feels like it's like 95 degrees outside it now, but it's actually only 82, which is pretty surprising. But again, we're getting closer and closer to the water, where it provided lots of life for people and a lot of support, especially if you were living in these canyons. You know, it might be a very warm spot to be in, but you know what? It's actually not. You'll be surprised. There was actually just a little like a cover up between different rocks that provided lots of shade. And then of course, here we go, we see more shade. So there's more shade than you think. I mean, from the outside, it looks like this is a place to roast in, but it's actually a really good spot to cool off, you know? And, you know, the tribes never really thought about, you know, the shade. They really thought about the water being their source of cooling off and getting water. I mean, without this water, it would be very hard to live. And we see some boats right there. Again, they're still doing a lot of research in what this really is, you know? All right, now this is really cool because we're really close to the cave. Wow. This is awesome. This is really cool. I have certainly cooled off since I've left the sun. You know, it looks like I don't have my. It looks like there was water in here, but it kind of like disappeared. So it seems like this is where it ends, and this is where you kind of have to turn around and head back up the stairs. But again, this is a really cool place. Again, we see end of trail, please return via trail. You know, there's no way they would want tourists to climb up this, because that would be stupid. But yeah, this is really cool. We're gonna head back up now. So just like that, we are now gonna head back to Phoenix, and we're going to end this video off back at my apartment. I wanna say this was an amazing trip, thanks to my mom, Lake Havasu, Flagstaff, Sedona. Again, I'm gonna recap all this stuff when I get back to my apartment, but yeah, it's been a great video. This is definitely by far one of my best videos I made. Hopefully the editing goes out well. I know I didn't really do a lot of content in Flagstaff, but I did tons in Sedona, and of course here at Montezuma and Lake Havasu. So with that being said, let's head back to Phoenix. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching and sticking to this whole video. Again, I'm slowly but surely getting better at making these videos. Again, I am back in Phoenix. I don't really know what the next video is going to be. It's probably going to be yet another sideline adventure. But again, I'm pretty sure, I've been doing the calculations. I'm pretty sure there's going to be probably 2 more sideline adventures. And then we'll be back to baseball content because again, Healdsburg is coming quick. The season starts June 5th and our first game is against the San Francisco Seals. So I am very happy to not only be doing play-by-play for them, but also providing content for you guys and the team itself. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. There was a lot in this video to cover, and yeah, so with that being said, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And yeah. Bye.
An answer, I need a dancer.